Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Convicted murderer Chad DeSoto's lawyer says he was not feeling well and asked for more time before he takes the stand.
Also, an education board meeting got heated today. We'll let you hear the exchange of words.
And your elected leaders from the executive as well as the legislative branches of GovGuam had a verbal sparring match of their own over foreign worker visas. Good evening, Guam, and Hapade if you're watching us live on KUAM TV or streaming us anywhere in the world via YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Well, Chad DeSoto was back in court today, and he not only asked for leniency, but he asked for more time to recover before he takes the stand in his own defense.
Crystal Paco reports from the Superior Court.
Thursday's court proceedings took a toll on convicted murderer Chad DeSoto.
Your Honor, my client had hoped to submit a statement for closing argument also. Yes. However, due to the intense media coverage from yesterday, he does not feel well, actually, to submit his statement as he had planned to.
DeSoto was anticipated to take the stand on Friday to ask the court for leniency. DeSoto was previously sentenced to life behind bars without the possibility of parole for killing 3 tourists and injuring 11 others back in February 2013. As we've been reporting, defense made 2 motions that his sentence be reduced to allow for the possibility of parole and that DeSoto be committed to the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center. On Friday, defense attorney Jocelyn Roden withdrew their second motion and as a result, wouldn't need to call DEPCOR's clinical psychologist, Dr. Patricia Timinglo, to the stand. On Thursday, Timinglo raised concerns about disclosing DeSoto's private therapy sessions and medications in open court. Chief Prosecutor Phil Tidinko responds.
They knew all along, at least as of yesterday, that there was no way they could prevail on that motion because their own expert that they subpoenaed and whom they indicated in their motion since July presented the substantial danger. So to me, this was not a good faith motion.
Judge Anita Sokola granted defense's motion for a short continuance. DeSoto may take the stand on Monday morning, October 10. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Also from court, there was enough evidence to support one man's conviction, but not enough to support the special allegation of unlawful possession of a deadly weapon. So says an opinion out of the Supreme Court of Guam that affirms in part and reverses in part the judgment against Kyle Camacho. Camacho did appear in court on Friday for a resentencing while he was initially sentenced to 30 years behind bars, but had that time cut by half to 15 years during his sentencing on Friday. Camacho was convicted for abducting a woman at the Micronesia Mall parking lot in Dededo back in January of 2013. Our news files show he handcuffed the victim and threatened to kill her as she fought him. A restitution hearing has been set for December 2nd.
A man found guilty of raping a minor in July of 2012 will be deported back to his home country of Peru. According to the governor's office, DEPCOR transferred Juan J. Torres into the custody of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials. He would have been eligible for parole next year. Governor Calvo commuted his sentence, which allowed for his transfer to the feds. Torres told DOC officers that he wanted to volunteer for deportation and didn't intend to return to the territory. His name will be added to a federal list, so he will not be able to return to the United States. According to Adelup, the AG's office helped inform the victim's family. This brings the total to 11 criminals that we are no longer paying to be housed at DOC.
Well, trial was delayed yet again for the Guam medical transport executives accused of millions of dollars in healthcare fraud. Trial for Clifford Shoemake, Kimberly Connor, and Nicholas Shoemake has been pushed back to next May. The 3, along with 2 other managers who have already entered plea agreements, are accused of scamming the federal government of millions of dollars in Medicare and TRICARE payments. Specifically, they submitted $30 million in claims, receiving $11 million in payments. The status hearing has been set for mid-December.
The contentious hearing on the $100 million contract to repair almost all of Guam's schools finally ended. Isa Baza joins us from Hagåtña. Isa.
Bree and Jason, it stretched on for roughly 1 month, but the appeal hearing on one of the largest government contracts in recent years is finally coming to a close. Closing arguments were held this afternoon. Assistant Attorney General Tom Keeler represents the government of Guam, which is aligned with winning offerer Guam Educational Facilities Foundation. He claims that the arguments made by losing offerer Cortec International are based purely on innuendo and speculation.
The government acted in good faith, provides the details of the negotiations, complies with statutory requirements, and is the best value for the Department of Education, the residents of Guam, and specifically and most importantly, the students and staff of Simon Sanchez High School.
Meanwhile, winning offerer GIF is in agreement that both appeals should be denied. GIF is represented by attorney Ike Agagi.
Cortex stomps its feet down and says, no, 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 it can't be true. What you're saying, you're not admitting what I want you to say, that you're circumventing this cap. It was clear. Did anybody hesitate when Mr. Inman was asked, Mr. Inman, what's your understanding of the $100 million cap? Mr. Inman said, it's a $100 million cap. When Mr. Easter was asked, what is your understanding of the $100 million cap, Mr. Easter? Mr. Easter said, it's a $100 million cap. And I believe the same thing goes with all the other government witnesses when they were asked. What is your understanding of the IDIQ and the RFP? A $100 million cap. And yet Cortec continues to invent these issues where there are none.
On the other hand, losing offerer Cortec International thinks the procurement was mishandled. CTI attorney Joyce Tang.
If the Office of Public Accountability deems that this procurement record is adequate, with all of its violations, all of the missing information, then no procurement on Guam will ever be bad. And this procurement record law is rendered meaningless. And how can our community have faith and trust in our government if our highest offices are excused from scrutiny?
While the hearing ends today, the public auditor must now make a decision on the appeal. Until then, any progress on the reconstruction of Simon Sanchez High School or the repair of 35 others cannot move forward. Bree and Jason, back to you.
All right, Isa, well done on that report. Now we want to hear your thoughts on this topic. Go to KUAM.com or the KUAM News mobile app and join the conversation.
Senator Tommy Morrison is not backing down when it comes to his request for an oversight hearing over the sudden termination of Superintendent John Fernandez. Morrison said it's unfortunate that Senator Narissa Underwood declined his request for the hearing, considering the Guam Education Board suddenly removed the head of the largest government agency without any explanation or transparency. Morrison said he continues to receive concerns from people in the community regarding this action and added, quote, in instances such as this, the legislature is required to provide oversight and checks and balances on the executive branch. The Republican senator is hoping she will reconsider. Underwood has said her decision was made so as to not interfere with the investigatory process and to prevent discussions that may involve any confidential personnel matters.
Now, speaking of the ongoing saga with DOE superintendent, an online petition named Support Our Superintendent, or SOS, is seeking to pressure the Department of Education as well as the Guam Education Board to reinstate John Fernandez to his role as superintendent. It's got better than 75 signatures right now as we speak. It's about doubled in the last 15 minutes since we shared it on Facebook. You can find a link so you can check it out on your own on KUAM.com. We have also learned that another petition at George Washington High School has itself garnered over 100 signatures as of today and continues to rise.
Tensions were high during a Guam Education Board finance work session today. After meetings with the Department of Administration on the fiscal year 2017 budget appropriation, board members tackled finances with unspoken undertones of the Fernandez firing. Member Maria Gutierrez turned up the heat when she questioned the department's priorities.
Bothering me now that the school supplies it's the school supplies. Okay, you know, school supplies are here. We're promoting people. We're promoting adding money on payroll, but the school supply that should be at the schools, the principals, the teachers, the parents were even providing supplies to the schools. And why is it, what is our priority here? Our students or promotion? That's my issue here.
I don't think we should.
No, well, keep quiet, Mr. Sanchez, because it's been all over the media. I've been giving calls about this. Supplies. Well, you excuse me.
To tell me to be quiet?
Excuse me. Because I have the floor.
Mr. Sanchez, could we have?
I have the floor. This is my concern here now. Is the supplies for the schools are short current. Well, you are below the board, okay? So listen. You listen.
I may be below the board, but I will
listen
not have
because
to talk to you
I'm
like that.
asking Stalin. I'm so concerned of the supplies here, Stalin, because this has to be. Yeah, this is the issue here. We're shortchanging the kids. The students is a priority.
Gutierrez was one of the only 3 board members who voted against the termination of Superintendent John Fernandez's contract. Meanwhile, board members did reveal that there will be significant shortfalls weekly, or a cumulative shortfall of nearly $13 million for FY 2017. As part of the austerity measures to address the shortfall, the GEB suggested negotiating their payment schedule for the next few months, working with GPA and GWA on utility costs and looking at overtime expenses.
Bet you didn't expect to see that when you sat down to dinner tonight. I'm actually watching it again right now on the KUAM News Facebook page. All right, we are going to take a break, but stick around. More news coming up when Primetime returns.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
No problem. Check our new Galaxy S7 Edge.
Our network is faster and more reliable with increased reach throughout the islands, Guam, and the Sea of Isles.
What do you think?
It's lit.
Is your old ride letting you down? Then play Micronesia Mall's Ride Away Flyaway game and win 3 rides from Triple J Auto Group, plus 30 flyaways to Manila on Philippine Airlines. Just present mall receipts to enter and win the 2017 Kia Soul, the 2017 Mazda 3 Sport, the 2017 Kia Forte, and instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Shop and win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Ride Away Flyaway game.
Make sure we're getting ready. Excuse me. Hey, Flacco, what's in the bag?
McDonald's new Mighty Wings.
Those look good. I'll play you for them.
For what, my wings?
First one to miss has to watch the other one eat.
Let's go. Left upright.
I want to off the scoreboard through the uprights. Oh, man. Not again.
Cap, you trying to get my wings?
Nah, I'm right here.
What's that noise?
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. Senator Narissa Underwood fires back, calling on Governor Eddie Calvo to, quote, stop using contract workers and Filipinos as props in policy discussions. On Thursday, Calvo wrote to Underwood saying while the freshman senator criticized him for supporting presidential candidate Donald Trump, she remained silent on the visa denials of H-2 workers made by the Obama administration. In response, Underwood says their perspectives are obviously quite different, as Calvo has decided to mix up labor policy with the defense of Trump, which she says is odd and confusing. Underwood says she spoke out against Trump as a member of an immigrant community, adding she spoke out against his immigration policy because his pronouncements about immigrants in the Philippines were inappropriate and hurtful. She says Trump would not likely be calling for more H-2 workers unless it's to work on his properties.
Now let's stay with the H-2B visa issue now, as former Governor Felix Camacho has written to DOD Secretary Ashton Carter for intervention on the matter. Camacho's communique raises concerns over the impact on the timelines and budget of the Guam Build-Up Program and related projects. Camacho does write that because of the increased denial rate, construction firms locally have had to send a significant percentage of the H-2B workforce back to their respective home countries, compromising recently awarded DoD and other federal contracts. Now, Camacho, who you of course know is running as a candidate for delegate to Congress, says he would create a bill that would provide a special category to allow foreign workers to come to Guam to assist in construction projects.
Congresswoman Madeline Berdallo, in the meantime, is responding to her opponent's letter to Department of Defense Secretary Carter over the H-2B visa issue. In a release, she says the most senior levels of DoD have already been highly engaged with U.S. citizenship and immigration services on the crisis.
It's easy to speak out on an issue, but we need to find solutions to this problem. And that's what I've started to do with my provision in this year's Defense Authorization Bill. So I hope that my opponent will show support for this provision, which would provide relief.
She has DoD provided assistance and supported her provision in the FY17 National Defense Authorization Act, providing some relief to this crisis.
We'll soon be seeing a myriad of improvement projects taking off at your airport. The FAA awarded the Guam International Airport Authority nearly $6 million in grant money. That funding goes towards 5 separate projects, including the construction of a 3rd-floor corridor exclusively for arrivals, the design of the aircraft rescue and firefighting building, design work to rehabilitate the apron and ramp areas, an airport safety management system manual and implementation, and going towards wildlife hazard assessments.
The U.S. EPA awards Guam Waterworks Authority almost $8 million for wastewater and drinking water infrastructure support. EPA Regional Administrator for the Pacific Southwest, Alexis Strauss, says the funding will help provide cleaner, safer drinking water while also protecting coral reefs. The funding will specifically go to upgrading water booster stations and develop a remote monitoring and control system to manage drinking water distribution and wastewater collection networks.
The Judiciary of Guam, in other news, will be launching a new DWI treatment court program. It's made possible through federal funds and a grant by secured presiding Judge Alberto Lamarena III. The treatment court will provide specialized services designed to treat alcohol addiction and any co-occurring disorders. In so doing, this will help with the reduction of DWI cases, which numbers over 2,700 from the years 2010 through 2015. Well, Fight Strong, Fight Together is the theme of this year's celebration of National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Governor Calvo signed the proclamation today at the Tamuning Senior Citizen Center and was joined by officials from the Department of Public Health's Guam Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program and the Guam Comprehensive Cancer Control Effort, along with Guam Cancer Coalition, the Guam Cancer Care Organization, and the American Cancer Society. And with the 32nd anniversary of the proclamation, stakeholders hope to create awareness and promote mammography as the most effective weapon in the fight against breast cancer.
More than 160 human resources professionals gathered for the annual Society for Human Resource Management Guam Chapter's annual conference at the Loti Hotel today. This year's conference focused on leadership and the path to success. SHRM Guam President Rose Zuzu Morales and President-elect Charlotte Huntsman.
That for us, what we hope that anyone takes away is just understanding themselves as a leader and as an HR professional, so that they can then in turn do the best that they can to do right by the people that work for them or with them, and the business leaders that they serve.
We always say this, that our employees are much smarter nowadays. They have access to so much information out there. And we as HR leaders and as business leaders, we need to know what those tools are so that we can answer those questions and properly answer them, legally answer them. So this is what this conference is about.
Part of the conference focused on how the human resource field is always evolving with different laws and rules.
Stay tuned, sports is coming up next.
This is what we do on Guam's best network. We're the filter killers, the likers and shares, the bingers and Netflix chillers, the tweeters and hashtaggers. GTA has improved their 4G LTE network, covering 95% of the island, delivering faster data speeds, strength and quality, and more reliability than ever. It's just what you need. So switch to GTA and step up to a better network, a strong network that lets you do what you do. GTA, better LTE than ever.
It's the kickoff to savings event at Cars Plus in Muncie, going on now through September. Save thousands on a brand new Hyundai. Experience the award-winning Hyundai lineup with the best warranty on Guam. 10 years or 100,000 miles. The 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at just $16,995. That's right, a 2017. Or how about the Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995? Unbeatable. SUV lovers, the Hyundai Tucson is starting at just $21,995. The perfect vehicle for those tailgate parties. Visit CarsPlusGuam.com for easy shopping and quick financing. Kick off the savings going on now at Cars Plus, driven by you.
As our governor, Felix Camacho built 4 new schools without spending a single local dollar. He worked with the Interior Department and the SBA to leverage federal compact impact funds to build Ukuru High, Astumbo Middle, League 1 Elementary, and Atacao Elementary, Guam's first new schools in nearly 20 years. 4 new schools and not a single local dollar spent. Imagine what he can do as your representative to Congress.
Paid for by the Committee to Elect Camacho for Congress 2016. Gregorio Calvo, Treasurer.
I'm Felix Camacho, and I approve this message.
The Heineken Laugh Factory brings you Rex Navarrete, live in Guam.
When Manny Pacquiao decides to freestyle English. I just went back and forth, puk-puk Mexican, side to side, puk-puk the Mexican.
The premier Filipino-American comedian performed alongside George Lopez, D.L. Hewley, and Paul Mooney returns to Guam on October 7th and 8th at the Sheraton Laguna Guam Resort at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. each night. General admission tickets, $25, available at all 76 Circle K and online at tpiguam.com. Get your VIP tickets, $40, available at Guam Auto Spot and also online at tpiguam.com. Rex Navarrete, live in Guam. Presented by Heineken. Please enjoy responsibly. Brought to you by these fine sponsors. With special thanks to... This is a Tropical production.
This is what precision feels like. Magnetic ride control actively monitors road conditions 1,000 times per second to deliver a comfortable ride.
1,000 times, huh? Yep, per second. How about that?
This is the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
Top of day, Guam, Chris Barnett on this Friday. Woo, Betness! Man, we got a big, huge show for you today. Coming up, some NFL action and some GBA action. But first, some Del Rento Athlete of the Week action. All right, half a day here, Del Rento and Aganya. Lowest prices guaranteed for Athlete of the Week presentation. And this week, he's a part of the KFC Bombers, undefeated in the Guam Basketball Association, our Athlete of the Week, Mr. Tony Moses. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now our man Jude from Del Rento with a special message for Tony.
Congratulations on being Del Rento's Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to present this check to?
I would like to present this check to Special Olympics.
Well, there you go, man. Tony, KFC Bombers, a great week for you guys. You're now the only undefeated team in the GBA, and we like to think you're a big part of that. Well, and let's talk about this Bomber-style basketball. What do you think sets you guys' game apart from the other teams in the GBA?
I would like to say it's mostly our speed and our size that we have advantage of over the local teams here on island. We try to use that on our advantage, whether it's on the defensive side, getting the rebound, just right now in transition, just running the whole game, just trying to run them out the gym.
So, looking at the postseason, what do you think are the keys to you guys making it into the playoffs and hopefully the championship game?
Defensive rebound, of course. Everybody knows that we just lost one of our big men, Ollie Bradley. He just PCS, so we're going to be turning to Trahan and JC a lot, and our captains, Jack and Mac, to step up and fill the shoes of that. So,
you being the point guard, I mean, you threw down a couple of big games. What do you think the keys are to your performance and, the things that you need to do as, the man who's running the point on this team?
Mostly I just need to keep our team together. If we're not doing too well, limit our turnovers, picking up the defense, just bringing that energy I bring every night. Just hopefully my other teammates get going, and that leaves me open to hit down the big shots and just help our teammates out.
Now, this season, GBA, pretty competitive. The Tooth Fairies, they were the defending champs, but it looks like they're hitting a couple of speed bumps this week. Who do you think around the league is going to give you guys a real run for the money down the stretch?
Of course, that's going to be MVP with Joe Bloss and JP with them, and Darren. So that's really our main competition that we're really focusing on, of how we're going to stop Joe and Darren, and of course a hot shooter with JP.
Well, there you go, man. Here at Del Renzo and gotten you lowest prices guaranteed for Athlete of the Week presentation.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
Phoenix lacing up against the Tooth Fairies for some GBA basketball. Sammy Setic left open in the corner. You don't want to leave this guy open. Edgardo Baza driving to the basket, missing on the try. Number 23, Thrash crashed the board for the tip-in. Julius, all about you, working off the screen set by Michael Williams. Williams cuts to the rim for the finish and one. Free throw good for the three-point play. Williams, team high 19 points. James Vampire Steak pushing the ball after picking up the rebound up to Edgardo Baza for the layup. Alfredo Roycer added 18 for the Tooth Fairies. Three-pointer, count them. Phoenix with the upset over the Tooth Fairies, 95-86. Sammy Setic driving through the lane. The kickout pass to D'Angelo Harris. Long range counted. 17 for Harris in the win. All right, hey, let's hit our retros. Get down to Tumon. Check out Double D. Dave Delgado, TGI Fridays for Game Day Grub.
Game Day Grub is brought to you by TGI Fridays.
Dave Delgado here at TGI Fridays for Game Day Grub. Out for the 49ers with a torn Achilles. He's out for the rest of the season. Let's take a look at some highlights from today's game. 49ers strike first on third down. Blaine Gabbert hits Jeremy Curley for the touchdown. Curley 8 receptions for 102 yards. Gabbert 18 of 31, 162 yards. He was also sacked 7 times. Drew Stanton finding Larry Fitzgerald for the tying touchdown. Fitzgerald 81 yards on 6 grabs with 2 scores. Running back David Johnson with 27 carries for 152 yards for the Cardinals with 2 rushing touchdowns. Johnson taking it to the right side from 4 yards out. Cardinals get the W, 33-21. Blaine Gabbert, 10 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown in the loss for SF. Don't forget Game Day Grub here at TGI Fridays every Monday and Friday with Andy Wheeler. Chris, back to you.
All right, Columbus Day football Monday, 3 in the morning. It's the NFL on CBS. Houston Texans at the hot Minnesota Vikings. And then 6:25 in the morning, NFL on CBS again. Hey, California loves San Diego Chargers at the Oakland Raiders. And then 10:20, Sunday Night Football. Great game here. New York Giants at the Green Bay Packers. All right? Hey, you guys have a great weekend. And do me a favor, Fen. Keep on shining, Guam. My name's Chris Barnett. Thanks for watching. Adios!
Cause you and I, oh yeah, we could fly so high, so high. You and I won't let this moment pass us by, pass us by. Won't let this moment pass us by. Won't let this moment pass us by. Won't let this moment pass us by.
Q50 holding short runway 19 right. Q50, do you copy? 227, runway 19 right. Roger that. Q50, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff.
The 2016 Q50 from Infinity.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast, where everyone has fun. Come and party at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Call and book your party today.
Go for the Coco! Register for the Guam Coco Road Races.
The all-new Coco Road Race is bigger and better than ever. So join the Coco and start training today. We've added a 10K run walk to the half marathon and Edgerton relay. Run in costume and win cash prizes. Enjoy the live entertainment at the post-race monster match after the races. Register online now for the Guam Coco Road Races at guamcocoroadrace.com.
For the first time in 27 years, a non-luxury brand has won the prestigious J.D. Power Award for initial quality. And that brand is Kia. That's right, Kia, the automaker that brought you the funky award-winning Soul and the rugged Sportage SUV ranked highest among 33 of the world's best manufacturers. And your new Kia not only comes with award-winning quality, but it's backed up by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Quality comes standard with every Kia from Triple J. Check out our proud Kia lineup online at triplejguam.com. Get pre-approved instantly. triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Before we wrap up the show, here's your latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. And happy birthday going out to Aria Teresita Paulino Iglesias, celebrating her 7th birthday from the family.
It is Madison Leon Guerrero's birthday today, and Maddie, as she's called, it's her 3rd birthday. This is coming. Love Nina, Nunu, and your family.
Happy 3rd birthday to Ava Faith Daniel. Love Dado, Mama, Sissy, Chris, Chad, and Tano.
Happy birthday on this Friday to Julie Ann DeGracia. It's Julie's 37th birthday, and her friends say many more to come. This comes especially from your family and children.
And happy birthday to Cohen Gabriel Umagat.
Also, happy birthday go to this young man. This is Jordan Hernandez.
And happy birthday to KUM's very own Mariah Ramos.
All right. And as you can see in that picture, Mariah was carrying something.
Yeah, I get it.
Mariah
I
Carey.
get it. Huh?
Mariah Carey.
Yes, I get it.
Okay,
That's so funny.
Yeah. Hopefully you did too. Yeah, the guys in the back are like, you can hear the eyes rolling. All right, there is a silver lining to this little escapade, my friends, because this is the time of the program on Friday when we give away a delicious Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake, and getting one of those delicious dessert treats, and not my lame jokes, is Ann Guerrero. She is lovely. She is here, and her birthday was on October 2nd. Congratulations, Ann, and happy birthday once again from KUAM and the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
And that's going to do it for us on Primetime. Have a wonderful weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
All right, everybody, Jason Salas here, and the Queen of the Pacific pageant celebrates beauty, elegance, grace, poise, and all things wonderful about lovely women of the Pacific. It's an alternative beauty pageant, and we have 3 lovely local ladies here to tell us all about it. We have our reigning queen and 2 contestants. So, ladies, can you please introduce yourselves?
Sure. Happy day, everyone. I'm Kylie Diosa, and I'm 22 years of age, and I'm the reigning Miss Queen of the Pacific 2015.
And we can see why you won. You're absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Buenas and half day. My name is Sasha Lay. I'm 36 years old from the beautiful village of Dedido.
Dedido, the biggest village.
Absolutely. The melting pot.
Very well.
Happy day, KUAM. I'm Davy Chanel Flores, age 20, from Mamang Totsi Maiti. Contestant number 7.
Very nice. Half a day, ladies, and congratulations on being part of the pageant. It is not an easy thing to do.
Not at all.
Yeah. So let's find out, like, as our reigning queen, first of all, what is the Queen of the Pacific pageant, and what does it do for the island?
The Miss Queen of the Pacific pageant is one of Guam's alternative beauty pageants. The mission is to promote acceptance and equality with all walks of life. And through the pageantry system, it allows their reigning queen to go out and really get their foot out into the community and impact our community as a whole, and not segregated into certain communities. We try to go out and make a positive impact that'll last a lifetime, hopefully, on our island.
Mm-hmm. Kylie, are you ready to give up your crown? Because you look so elegant with it on.
Thank you so much.
It's a hard thing to give up.
It is. And with the crown came a lot of work and responsibility, and it's a bittersweet moment to give it up. But the year has come to an end, and it's now time for someone else to carry on the legacy that we've been starting.
What do you think you've been able to do over the last year to increase, awareness and, like you said, acceptance and, and love between the various communities?
Yeah, through the past year, of course, starting off pageant night, we already started promoting acceptance and equality, because we had an auditorium full of so many different people from our heterosexual community, our LGBT community, and it was just so nice to see such a wide variety of people come and support such a great cause, and the contestants who are here to make an impact on our island. Throughout the past year, there are a lot of things that I was able to do with the community and really get my foot into there, starting with the Salvation Army, where I was able to feed the less fortunate and ring the bell during Christmas time to raise some funds for those who are less fortunate than us. Also, with one of our biggest events on Guam, Fest Pat, I volunteered some of my time to sort through some of the mess that was created from the first night. I worked with Peggy and some other volunteers, and we were able to sort through some recycled stuff. And it was a big project, but I'm sure Peggy and her team did great at getting through it.
And that's absolutely amazing. And thank you for everything that you've done for our community. So gracious. Okay, well, let's hear from some of the contestants now. What has preparing for this pageant meant to you, and why do you want to be our next queen?
I believe it's all about self-acceptance. And it starts from within, where you have to accept yourself. And you could be beautiful one day and normal the next day. So I think just preparing, you just got to be mentally prepared inside and out. Just getting supporters and people around you, your family, your friends, to really gear up, because it's not an easy task to look like this. You know, it's putting on the makeup, it's shaving, to make sure that the persona that we give out to the public is a positive image that we can do this, and it's not an easy task at all.
And to provide context, just for some people who aren't familiar with this is a proper alternative lifestyle pageant, right? So it's not necessarily for the drag community.
It's not just the drag
or
the trans. It's basically anyone that wants to take part and get involved. And if you want to feel pretty for the evening and do your part for the rest of the year to just give back to Guam and just showcase your talent, your arts, your heart for the island, and just to get involved and celebrate the holiday spirit, I think that's what we're all about.
And that is the true essence of being Guamanian, loving everybody, accepting everybody, and
absolutely.
Being proud to be on the island.
Yes.
Okay, so what has this journey meant to you? What have you learned from this about yourself?
Well, first off, like Sasha said, joining this pageant, you do first learn self-acceptance. You're able to accept yourself so that others that you love and you care for and the general public can accept you for who you are, because they see how much you love yourself and you accept yourself. So the journey for this pageant has been an amazing one. You get to learn so many things, meet so many people, and you're not alone. You know that there's a whole community out there with you. So that's a blessing.
And the three of you and all of your friends and your family members, you know, not just in the LGBT community, but like the Guam community as a whole, these are such historic times because, of course, last year, you know, we had the signing into public law of same-sex marriages, and then unfortunately we had the tragedy in Orlando and everything. There have been so many events that have impacted people of alternative lifestyles and everything. So what does it mean to you to literally be flying the flag?
Yeah, I'm so grateful to be a part of our island community. I'm so grateful for those who have come before my time, because they really took some of the hardest hits and they paved this path for someone my age to be comfortable with who I am. And we really owe a lot to our past queens and those who have come before us, because without them, we wouldn't be able to be so comfortable in our own skin.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you.
And you all look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And please stay tuned, everybody, because we are going to meet some more beauty contestants and find out more about the Queen of the Pacific pageant when we return right after this.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itano program to generously supporting our local charity, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Jesus maasi natin.
Why aren't you training for the Coco's Kids race, bro? Shoo, not even fair, bro. I'll just win that. Boom.
Calling all parents. Sign your kiddos up for this costume run October 29th. Register now at GuamCocoRoadRace.com. The Heineken Laugh Factory brings you Rex Navarrete live in Guam.
I really want to see Filipino cuisine on Food Network. I'm tired of seeing Filipino cuisine on Fear Factor.
The premier Filipino-American comedian performed alongside George Lopez, D.L. Hewley, and Paul Mooney returns to Guam on October 7th and 8th at the Sheraton Laguna Guam Resort at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. each night. General admission tickets, $25, available at all 76 Circle K and online at tpiguam.com. Get your VIP tickets, $40, available at Guam Auto Spot and also online at tpiguam.com. Rex Navarrete, live in Guam. Presented by Heineken. Please enjoy responsibly. Brought to you by these fine sponsors. With special thanks to This is a Tropical production.
We continue to get you ready for the Queen of the Pacific pageant. 3 lovely local ladies are here, 3 more. And can you please introduce yourself?
Half a day, everyone. My name is Nevaeh Lachey. I am 18 years old, and I'm from the beautiful village of Santa Rita.
All right, representing the South.
Yes.
All right.
Half a day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rina Lynn Diosa Mahatnya, and I'm contestant number 10, representing the beautiful villages of Guam.
Fantastic. All the villages?
All the villages, yeah.
Very, very nice.
Buenas and Half a day, Guam. My name is Zailana Guahanila, 23 years old, proudly representing the Pacific Islands and my home, Guam. I am contestant number 5, and I'm running for Miss Queen of the Pacific 2016.
Fantastic. So remember those contestant numbers, everybody, when you show up to the Queen of the Pacific pageant. Now, that transitions next to my most obvious question. How can people get tickets, and where can they get them? And, because it's going to be standing room only, I'm sure.
Yes. So we have our own Facebook site, Leah's Fabulous Production. And so you're able to contact our director and call her. And then we have our contestants who are selling tickets as well. So you can contact the director of the pageant and contestants, and everything's on social media.
How much are the tickets going for?
The tickets are going for $25 general and $50 for VIP.
And the VIP tickets, trust me, you're going to want to get those because you will get a vantage point and a perspective that is absolutely unbelievable. So let's talk about that. For people who have never been to an alternative beauty pageant, it's a nonstop party, and it's something you truly have to experience. You literally feel the love in the room. It's a spirit of togetherness, regardless of where you come from. What can you tell people about what they can expect to see and, more importantly, feel?
Well, the great thing about an alternative pageant is that it showcases individuality. So I think that when you come to one of these pageants, you're going to see every person's individuality, every person's personality. What I really love about Queen of the Pacific is that beauty is defined by the person who wears it, right? So yes. I believe that whether you're thick, you're thin, you define beauty for yourself. And that's part of the reason why I joined the pageant, is because I feel like every person has their own definition of beauty, and this pageant allows me to showcase that.
We've all got a brain and we've all got a heart.
Yes,
Every
definitely.
human being has those.
Yes.
And that's what truly sets you apart. So thank you. What you're doing right now, your own beauty shines like a star.
Thank you so much.
All 3 of you do. So let's talk about preparation for the pageant. What is it? How has it been as far as getting ready, getting mentally ready? Mm-hmm. In the previous segment, we talked about, putting on makeup, getting hair and everything. Yeah. What are you doing to get ready for pageant night?
Well, actually, I just I started to become in the pageant scene just a year ago, and this year is my 2nd year. And so I went 22 years in my life with being a male, and living my life as a male. And so coming out and coming forward with this new identity, same person, same heart, physically, a change of physical identity, it's been definitely a challenge. I'd never owned any wigs. I never owned a set of makeup. And so to put myself in a situation where I had to eventually represent the best that I could, I had to make sure that I had my resources, I had the support group that I did, and it's just been an amazing journey.
You need a separate set of income just to afford, like, you know, like the makeup, the hair care products, you know, the skin stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you guys are all pulling it off so beautifully. So let's make another sales pitch. Why should people come out and take part in the pageant? You know, not just see it and not just cheer and everything, but why should they come out and feel what you feel?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for people to come see what we do in this alternative beauty pageant. And not only showcases what we do, but it showcases that our community of Guam can come together as one. So it's not only a LGBT thing, it's a whole island of Guam thing. So it's really heartfelt because you see so many supporters. And even though they're there for a different contestant, everyone's there as one.
Exactly. I kind of liken this to a fiesta and, you know, the alternative beauty pageants that we here at KUAM have been invited with. It's, you know, everybody on the island is welcome. You know, you're not judged when you come in. Everybody come, everyone have fun, everybody show respect, and everyone have a smile on their face nonstop. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I think that what you're going to get that you're not going to get at a different pageant is definitely big. You know, the great thing about our alternative pageant is that you can take something so small and just blow it out of the water. You get so many things that you wouldn't expect to get at a regular pageant. And I think that that's the beauty of our pageant, and that's what sets it aside.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Please stay tuned. We are back right after these messages.
IT&E is giving away a trip to Manila, plus other fabulous prizes during our Stay In and Win prepaid promotion. All you have to do is stay in IT&E's 4G LTE network. Keep topping up load, and you're eligible to win. 10 winners will receive a $10 load every Friday during the promotion. Stay in for 3 months, and you could win a 3-month Hulu gift card. Stay in for 6 months, and you're entered to win the grand prize, a trip for 2 to Manila. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details or visit ite.net. IT&E Motion Prepaid. Life in motion.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that, and I've replaced them with the white fillings. And I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
Half a day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Liz Duenas again with Remax Diamond Realty, and I'm here in Bag Pacific with Therese Guevara. She's the Vice President for Residential Lending, and we're here to talk about construction loans and land loans. Many of you are thinking about building, and she's going to give us the points on how do we go about that. Therese, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Liz, for coming in, and we're glad to share the information we have regarding our loan program and our construction loan program here at Bank Pacific. We do have borrowers that come in that are looking at wanting to build a house, but they want to design the type of home they want. They come in to pre-qualify based on their income and outstanding liabilities, what they qualify for. With our construction loan for primary residence, we can loan up to 80% financing of the appraised value. That's both the land and the proposed construction on a primary residence. And our construction term can run up maximum up to 18 months, depending how many increments are allotted on the contract and how big of a size of a home is being built.
So if I have a piece of land and I wanted to build a home, I could come in, apply for a construction loan, and it's an 80-20, meaning I'd have to come up with 20% down?
No, what it is Bank Pacific will loan up to 80% of the appraised value. So the construction cost was, for example, $300,000, and the proposed appraisal comes in at $385,000. The bank can loan up to 100% of the construction cost, just depending, as long as it falls within the 80% of the appraised value of the subject property.
I get it. Okay.
And our construction loan consists of interest payments only, up to 18 months. Majority of the loans that we process are up to 12 months. If the home is over a 3,000 square foot, it normally takes over 12 months to construct. We can go as high as 18 months, interest only. And the way it normally works on your monthly payment is your monthly payment is based on the disbursed amount once we start disbursing from the construction funds. So you can start with a $200 payment ranging up to the maximum amount of when it's fully disbursed.
So if I'm building a home, I should come to you after I've got my house plans and...
Not necessarily. It'll be best to come into the bank to pre-qualify you so we can guide you what documentation we're needing. And in a normal environment for construction, if you haven't engaged on a construction contract with a contractor, that we ask that you come in to meet with one of our loan officers or myself so we can give you guidance on what documentation we need. And normally we would need, for a construction loan, we want to see a proposed construction contract with the cost breakdown and material breakdown, so that this can help us underwrite the loan to ensure that you can qualify for what you're applying for to achieve the construction that you're trying to construct on a primary residence.
So I had a customer, and he actually talked to you. He wanted to purchase a piece of land, a beautiful piece with a view overlooking the ocean. And I believe he came to you to get a land loan. And I guess he has a window of time that he has before he can go into the construction phase.
Right. If the borrowers are not ready with their plans to proceed with construction within 12 months from giving them a land loan, then I recommend that they apply for a land loan, and we can look at financing up to 75% of the appraised value, meaning they would have to come up with 25% down payment plus their closing costs. If they do come in and they pretty much have their blueprints set in stone and finalized, then we can look at processing a construction loan where they can build within 12 months from giving them a land loan. There's other clients that we have that have properties that were given to them or had previously purchased it and paid it in full. There is no lien on the property. And when there's no lien on the property, then they can maximize 80% of the purchase of the loan to value, which is the appraised value, towards their construction funds and their closing costs. With our construction program, we can also look at, from time to time, depending on the borrower's liabilities and outstanding, we may be able to finance a portion of their closing costs or all of their closing costs. It's all dependent on the appraised value.
Hey, we always want all our fees covered, right?
That's right. That's right. And closing costs are determined based on your credit score. So normally in a construction loan, I would say closing costs can range between 6 to 8% of the loan amount, because there's more added costs on a construction loan versus a regular purchase transaction. So to be in the safe side, we normally say 7 to 8% of the loan amount as an estimated closing cost. But the bank will process a loan estimate once we receive a complete loan application. We have 3 business days to issue out and deliver a loan estimate to all borrowers involved.
Okay. Well, that's great. People of Guam, come and see Therese regarding either a land loan or construction loan, and they'll guide you through the process. Or call us. We'll find the land for you and route you to Therese. Thank you. Thanks, Therese.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Tourism, it's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's the kickoff to savings event at Cars Plus in Muncie, going on now through September. Save thousands on a brand new Hyundai. Experience the award-winning Hyundai lineup with the best warranty on Guam. 10 years or 100,000 miles. The 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at just $16,995. That's right, a 2017. Or how about the Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995? Unbeatable. SUV lovers, the Hyundai Tucson is starting at just $21,995. The perfect vehicle for those tailgate parties. Visit CarsPlusGuam.com for easy shopping and quick financing. Kick off the savings going on now at Cars Plus, driven by you.
One more piece of information to get to everybody before you let you get started on your island weekend. We have our friends from the Guam Fire Department and the Department of Agriculture, Lieutenant Tadella and Christine Farron, respectively. And we are talking about fire alarms. And I hear it just went off right now. It just chirped at us. I guess LT, that means it's working, no?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's actually one that needs its battery replaced.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. How do we know?
Well, before we start on the smoke detector, I want to talk about what the theme is for this year, which is don't wait, check the date. And it speaks of the smoke detector looking for the date of when it was manufactured. And I also want to add that the history behind the Fire Prevention Week was in 1920, President Woodrow Wilson issued the first proclamation for Fire Prevention Day. Since 1922, Fire Prevention Week has been observed from a Sunday through Saturday on the day of the 9th of October. And this is to commemorate the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, in which 250 people perished, over 1,000 were left homeless, and over 17,000 structures destroyed, as well as 2,000 acres burned. So that's just a brief history of why we have Fire Prevention Week.
All right. Now, of course, it's gone off about like twice in 30 seconds. Now, does that mean it's basically 3 times now? Thank you very much, little one. So does that mean it's basically like a cry for help saying, I need my batteries changed?
Yes, yes. But on top of this Fire Prevention Week, in terms of what I just described, part of the reason why Christine is here is...
So what's a great partnership that's at display right now is that the Great Chicago Fire, there was also the biggest blaze that same day in Wisconsin. So that was a wildfire that burned over 1.2 million acres, 1,100 people, their lives lost, 16 towns burned. So when Forestry Fire and Guam Fire Department and all the other partners come together, it just really shows that collaboration that's needed when we're talking about fire prevention and awareness within our communities. So we have a list of activities and events that we were going to talk about and hope people can come out and join us. So October 9th, that's this Sunday, from 10 to 2, we have an outreach event at the Micronesia Mall. There's a billboard competition, there'll be entertainment, rappelling from the center court, and we have from all the fire agencies, Guam Fire Department, Forestry, Anderson, Navy, and of course the airport fire. We're going to have static displays, and so the vehicles will be out there, and we have a scavenger hunt where everyone's going to be encouraged to interact with everyone. So it all starts with a motorcade from Adaloop to Micro Mall. 9 a.m.'s the motorcade, yes. And then the whole event at the mall starts at 10. Fantastic. And then we wrap up with an event, a follow-up event at Chamorro Village from 6 to 9 p.m. It's Wednesday, the October 12th, so it's the night market. It's going to be great. A lot of entertainments planned for that. More static displays, more rappelling. So rappelling from the tower will be taking place. Lots of entertainment. And
now,
then,
LT, does the Guam Fire Department, do you guys go rappelling, face to the sky, rear end to the ground, or do you guys, and depending on the situation, do you guys do the Australian technique where it's, like facing down?
Well, we don't really observe or do that because that's more for like the tactical piece. We're more into saving lives and rescuing people. So
absolutely. We
try to be as safe as we can.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of safety, yeah, do we say she or he? What's the gender of our little
It's up to you.
Okay. Well, let's say she. We'll treat it like a ship right now. Okay. So if she is chirping out like that and saying, I need my batteries changed, who in the family should be responsible for changing that? Should it be the oldest person, or can you give this to one of the kids and say that's your responsibility?
Well,
how easy is it to do?
Well, you mentioned the word responsible. So anyone that's responsible, more likely it'll be the elder, the head of the household. Of course, if the head of household is an elderly one, then you're going to look for a younger man, gentleman, or woman, what have you. But someone that can understand the intricate details or workings of it. In this case, with this fire smoke detector, I should say, I intentionally brought one in that's chirping and one in which the date has been smeared. So there's two purposes behind this. It's to let the public understand, because I've entered numerous establishments where I would hear this, but people go about their business like nothing's wrong. But yet the smoke detector is telling you that the batteries need to be replaced. Mm-hmm. So this is a good indication, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to present it to the general public. Now, for this detector, since it's chirping, we need to replace the battery. How you would do that is for this particular model, you push the lever, swing it open, pull the 9-volt battery, and it's a 9-volt, it's not a AA, mm-hmm. and you go ahead and replace it, just insert the new battery. When you do, to test it, you press one of the buttons, because every detector is different, but there's always going to be a button that you're going to push, and you would push it. Now, when that does that, when you hear it, that means it's working. After
What'd you say?
Yes.
No.
Yes. So detectors come in two forms, i.e. there's the ionization type and the photoelectric. Mm-hmm. Ionization mainly picks up on flames. Photoelectric, they detect smoke. What we want to try to get or purchase is one that is able to pick up both.
All right, LT, we'll tell you what. Christine, say the date and time real quick again, because we got to go.
Micro Mall this Sunday, October 9, 10 to 2. Or 10 to 2.
All right. Thank you both.
But don't wait. Check the date.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Closed captioning